Hey guys, Car Guy V8 here, and today I've got my 1997 Camaro, the one that I just recently finished getting it back up and running. 323 gears, LT1 V8, 285 horsepower. Let's take a quick look around it, and if you're not familiar with my channel, I'll show you what I've done to it. Alright, so here's a quick walk around. If you're not familiar with my channel, I bought this car about 3 months ago, and it did not have a nose piece or a front fender, right front fender, because the previous owner, before the guy I bought it from, had ran it into a ditch, and then it had set a few years, which it had been started every month or two, so it still starts up great. Didn't need any work in that area, but it was overheating and had a couple other little issues that I fixed on it. And so far, it's actually been a pretty good, reliable car. I put about 300 miles on it so far since I've had it completed, which, if you like the way the car looks, you can always go back and watch the videos of me building it up. And it's pretty quick. It's got the 323 gear ratio. My other white Camaro has the 273, so this one feels significantly quicker. They're pretty much the same performance. I've done a side-by-side test of them. Pretty much the same. This one just feels a little quicker. Here's the interior. Not too bad for what it was. I only paid $800 for this car. As you can see, the only real damage on the interior is right there, which what driver's seat doesn't have? Tears after 150,000 miles. Let's take a look again at the damaged part. As you see, it's not perfect. The wheel still has a couple of problems with it. Where the sway bar connects to the lower control arm, the linkage there broke whenever the guy put it into a ditch, which I'm not going to worry about that. It also needs an alignment, because unfortunately I'm about to sell this car, and so this may be one of the last videos with it, so I was just going to do a quick review. So now, here, let me show you the inside of it, the dash and all. Sorry, I have the wheel upside down, but there's the gauge. It's about 148,000 miles, no radio. The heater works. I'm not sure if the AC does, because the car has a newer radiator, so of course the AC lines were removed for that. Pardon that Scooby-Doo in the back. My mom had me out running errands today, so y'all get to see that real quick. Let's take it for a quick ride. Alright, let's fire it right up. Starts up easily every time. Even back when it was overheating, it started every single time with no troubles. I'll try to talk loud because I know the wind noise will probably get up, or I may not talk much at all. It depends. But we'll do a little bit of performance here in a little bit. Not too much, since I'm about to be putting it up on the market. That wasn't my car squeaking, that was that Ford. The temperature on this car stays great since I changed the thermostat. Also, the coolant reservoir was leaking, and so whenever the thermostat was changed, then whenever the coolant was circulating, it was leaking right out. So now whenever you're driving out on the freeway or interstate, it runs about 185, 190. Whenever you let it idle, it'll go up to about 210, and the fans will kick on around 220 or so, and which is normal for an LT1. So the cooling's doing good. And this one will really just spin the tires. The tires are old on it and kind of dry rotted, but it will spin them in first and chirp second. So we'll try that a little bit right here. It's a four-way, so let's see. It'll really get up to speed, this one. with those two, or with the 323s. Just kind of nice cruising around with the T-tops off. My other one is a hard top, so this has been my first car with a T-top, and you can see there's some damage around the headliner if you go back and rewind in the video. I'm not sure if it leaks currently. As I said, I haven't even driven this one in the rain, mainly because it also needs some windshield wipers. We'll do a quick little second gear pull from 40 here. We'll see how it does. Nice. As you can see, it'll really fly in second. That's second. This one, there's a website I like to use called automobilemagazine.com, and it'll have just about every car, sports car, regular car that you can think of, and it'll tell you exact specs, like how long each gear will take you and stuff. You may not be able to hear me well now, but I'll tell you a little more once I slow down. It's kind of weird looking back and seeing Scooby-Doo in the rear view. Hey, that rhymed, but that's not something I'm used to. Now that we're going a little slower, according to Automobile Magazine, this car's first gear takes you to about 44, second gear to about 75, 77, and third to about 130. And the 273 cars, first takes you to about 52, second to like 95, 96, third to 160. So you can already see how this car, each gear is going to feel a little quicker. Which this one's quicker off the line. I think my 273 car is quicker up high. But they're both fun. I like both cars. The white one is definitely my favorite because I put tons of blood and sweat into that one. Alright guys, thank y'all for watching. This will be the end of the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, the LT1 Z28s are pretty fun cars, and they're cheap. I know a lot of people hate on these cars, but I'm never going to be one of those because it's super cheap muscle. It's a V8. I mean, this is probably the cheapest 285 horsepower you'll ever get. It's fast. They come with automatics or 6 speeds. And I mean, again, they're cheap. I know they've got the OptiSpark issue, but that's not as bad as everybody claims. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.